Hello, so this location analysis is presented to you by Emperor Jericho and Decatoria Sheniah Section E1 from the College of Dentistry at Southwestern University, FINMA. In the competitive landscape of dental care, choosing the right location can significantly influence your practice's success. Location analysis helps you evaluate key factors such as foot traffic, nearby competitors, and demographic trends. So in this guide, we'll delve into how to analyze and select the perfect location to boost your dental practice's visibility and growth potential. And for this presentation, we'll focus on the 3 chosen locations from urban, suburban, and rural areas. So the question is, what location is the most suitable? So here we are to find if it's either in Paseo Arcenas, Bantayan Island, or in Barangay Lahu. With analyzing the following locations, we are about to see evaluation criteria that we gather to assess each further. So these criteria are as follows. First, the demographic information of the location. Second, its competitor analysis. Third, the location's accessibility. And fourth, its growth potential. And so now, let's begin examining each location in detail. So the first location would be in Paseo Arcenas. It is an urban area with a population of approximately 964,169 people. The demographics are as follows. First, the age, so age groups with the highest population. Next, income levels, approximate income of people in the working class. Next is the population density, the number of people in a household and number of households in the barangay of our selected location. So first, it would be the age. According to the 2015 census, the age group with the highest population in Guadalupe is 20 to 24, with 6,845 individuals. So conversely, the age groups with the lowest population are in the ranges 75 to 79 and 80 and over, with 521 individuals. So in summary, 14 and below, it covers 29.54%, and that's 18,090. For 15 to 64 years old, that's 65.52%, and that's 40,121. For 65 and over, that's 4.94%, with a total of 3,027. The working population would be the 15 to 64 years old population, which is the most populated population group among the 3. For income levels, according to the Pay Scale Inc., the average worker in Cebu earns about 345,000 pesos annually, or 28,750 pesos monthly. So the minimum salary of a working individual in Cebu is 468 pesos according to the Cebu Daily News. For the population density, there are currently about 70,039 people currently living in Barangay Guadalupe. This accounts for about 7% of the total population of Cebu City, so making it the largest barangay. For the competitor analysis, here shows 22 existing dental clinics. So specializations include pediatric dentistry with 3, orthodontics 5, oral surgery 4, prosthodontics 3, endodontics 3, and periodontics 4. For the accessibility, there are public utility jeepneys, taxis, moto-taxi, and ride-hailing apps. For proximity to major roads, it's 150 meters. From R. Duterte Street to Salvador Street, that's going to Capitol and Barangay Tisa on the other side, to R. Arsena Street. For public transportation, there are multiple transportation options, and it is easy access. So there's 07B going to Banawa from Colon, or any 07 jeepneys going to Banawa. There's 12L from Ayala Center, Cebu, Mango Jeepney going to Poblacion, Talisay from IT Park, and vice versa. For its growth potential, Paseo Arcenas has recently undergone refurbishment, making it more attractive to investors and working professionals. So with a new Metro supermarket opening, this attracts more foot traffic to the area. So this is in addition to the already existing establishments in the area. There are local economic trends. Paseo Arcenas is very well located in Cebu City, not directly located in the center of the city, but on the back roads of Cebu, away from the traffic, as commerce centers like IT Park and Ayala Business Park show greater economic growth. A lot of locations will mimic this urban setup like Paseo Arcenas. There's populations projections. The population of Guadalupe grew from 40,696 in 1990 to 70,039 in 2020, an increase of 29,343 people over the course of 30 years. The latest census figures in 2020 denote a positive growth rate of 2.87%, or an increase of 8,801 people from the previous population of 61,238 in 2015. If this trend continues, we will be seeing an increase in the next census year. So next would be the pros and cons. So for the cons, first we have the competition growth, the economic sensitivity, the initial investment in marketing costs, and its high population density. And for the pros, its growing and diverse population, the income levels, and the community engagement opportunities. And here's the tabulation based on our assessment of Paseo Arcenas. Out of 100%, it gained 55%.
For our second location, we chose Bantayan Island, a rural area in the northern part of Cebu, with a population of 86,247, and is accessible by bus to Maya Port, which is the tip of Daan Bantayan, and or by booking a flight from Cebu, Mactan Cebu International Airport, then you can reach the island by that means. So demographic information for Bantayan Island is as follows. The age, there are three age groups, or divided into three age groups, which is the dependents, or the 14 and below, which makes up the 35.16% of the population, or amounting to 27,809 people. And the second is the working class, which is the age 15 to 64, which makes up the most of the population with 59.10%, which amounts up to 46,741 people. And lastly is the senior dependents, or the 65 and above, which makes up 5.73% of the population, or 4,534 people. Income levels of people in Bantayan Island, we can't find any information about the average income for an average worker in Bantayan Island, so we just stated the minimum salary of a working individual in Bantayan, which is 400 pesos per day, and the population density is that Bantayan Island has 18,494 households according to the 2015 census, and an average household has 4 to 5 members, or in the data it shows 4.26 members, so we're talking about people, so we're gonna round up or round down. So the age distribution chart, as I've said earlier, 5.7% are the senior dependents, 35.2% are the children, or the young dependents, and what makes up most of the population is the working age adults, or the working force of the population, which makes up 59.1%. So the population density, there are about 4.26. So as the graph shows, there are 4 people in each household, at least. So competitor analysis. So according to Google Maps, there are 4 existing dental practices in Bantayan Island. The Ceylon Dental Clinic, which specializes in ortho. Dukai Dental Clinic also specializes orthodontics. And Dr. Riza Dental Care, which also specializes in orthodontics. And Baterazal Dental Clinic, which also specializes in orthodontics. And Baterazal Dental Clinic is the only clinic that is located in Santa Fe, which also is the location of the pier and the airport, Bantayan Airport. So for our location, we chose the public market of Santa Fe, which is 500 meters away from major roads, which on the Bantayan Island only has one major road, which is the Santa Fe Bantayan road. And for public transportation, there are tricycles, motorbike rentals, and to access the island, you have to travel from Cebu City to Maya Port, or the tip of Cebu, or book a flight from Cebu City, then go to Mactan Cebu International Airport and catch a flight there to Bantayan Island. So Bantayan Island is a tourist place, so it really has an advantage in terms of opportunities for business and growth, as they attract tourists to its location. So this is an integral part of its income or economy for the locals and the workers over there. So they are heavily dependent on the urban population, and they heavily rely on the traffic that they cause. Growth potential of Bantayan Island. Bantayan Island is a fast-growing municipality due to its tourism. It has attractions like beaches, resorts, and lakes and others. This island sees at least about approximately 200,000 visitors per year, and there is a trend that is published by Sunstar that foreigners are looking to settle down in the island and establishes their own business. And this is a very good indicator for dental practice, as foreigners are very conscious or concerned about their dental health or dental care. So the population of Bantayan Island grew from 13,000, as I've said, in 1903 to 86,247 in 2020. So it's a positive increase ever since. An increase of a total of 72,923 people over the course of 117 years. And the latest census figures in 2020 denotes a positive growth rate from the last census of 1.84%, or an increase of 7,163 people from the previous population in 2015, which amounts to 79,084 people. So the pros and cons of establishing a dental practice in Bantayan Island is as follows. So let's start with the pros. So Bantayan Island has an expanding and a very varied demographics. And second is the competition is very less compared in an urban or suburban areas like Cebu City. So, and last is the dental tourism. You can contribute to dental tourism. You can offer another specialization or another specialty in that location. And let's proceed with the cons. The dependence on urban population or the tourist, and accessibility and infrastructure challenges. So the accessibility is basically the way to get to Bantayan Island, which includes traveling via boat or airplane. And the infrastructure there is just, compared to urban areas, very far from certain normals. And the initial investment and marketing cost. Initial investment is gonna need a very huge lump sum of money, because you're gonna have to pay delivery fee to deliver some materials to the island for your practice. And the marketing cost, it's gonna need, because it's an island, you're gonna need marketing, like marketing for your dental practice. So all in all, demographic information for Bantayan Island, significance is 10. And competitor analysis, less competition, so it's a 15 out of 20. Accessibility is 10 out of 20, because you still need to ride a boat or an airplane to get to the island. Growth potential is 25 out of 30, because it has a lot of potential, especially with foreigners wanting to settle down there. And for other relevant consideration, it's a 10, because that area is very well rounded as a population. So our third location is Barangay Lahog, which has approximately 45,000 people. It is located near Ayala Center, Cebu, or near IT Park, and near the JY area, on the proximity of the Trans Central Highway. So it is located just inside the heart of the city. For the demographic information for Barangay Lahog, the 14 and below, or the children, the dependents, comes up to 30.29% of the population, or about 11,688 people. So for the working class, it amounts to 25,292 people, or at least 65.55% of the population. This is the 65 to 64 age group, or the working force or working class. And the senior dependents, or the 65 and above, comes up to 4.16%, or at least 1,604 people. So income levels in Lahog is the same as for Cebu City. So the minimum wage is approximately 415 pesos a day. And the population density, there is approximately 16,000 to 18,000 people per square kilometer. So competitor analysis, there are Affinity Dental Clinic Cebu, Dr. Joy Janela Magno Dental Clinic, the Tooth Clinic, and the three specializes in cosmetic dentistry, orthodontics, and prosthodontics. Then there is Blinky Dental Clinic, which specializes in cosmetic dentistry and orthodontics. And then there is Formentero Dental, which specializes in orthodontics. Smile Company Dental Clinic, which specializes in cosmetic dentistry, orthodontics, and prosthodontics. So for accessibility, we chose an area near JY, because the proximity to major roads, as I've said, it is in the proximate area of Trans Central Highway, which is an highway. So for public transportation, it has a easy access and very convenient because there are multiple transportation options like jeeps going to IT Park, going to Talisay, the 17 Bs to Colon, 4 Bs to Colon, and just all in all, 04Ls to SM City. Just all in all, it has a lot of jeepneys and public transportation that can cater people or foot traffic. So same as Paseo, Arsenas, the growth potential of Lahog or the area near JY, as it is a hub for people. It has a lot of apartments, buildings like call centers and such. It is very high in foot traffic and very busy in terms of people going in and out of the area. And the population projections for Barangay Lahog, the population has been growing since 1990. So from 1990, there are approximately 26,000 people in Lahog, more or less. And now in the 2015 census, it has come to an amount of approximately 38,000 people, which resides in Lahog. And in the 2020 census, it amounts to at least approximately 45,000 people currently in Lahog today. So the pros and cons of establishing a dental practice in Barangay Lahog is, first, in the pros, expanding and varied demographics. So like before, it has a very high working class, and the competition in Barangay Lahog is not as competitive as like in Paseo, which has a lot of proximate dental clinics, but it is still located in Cebu City, which has a lot of competitors in other areas. Next is the community engagement opportunities. So there are a lot of foot traffic. That's why you have a lot of chance to engage with people going to work or going to home. And now let's proceed with the cons. It has a high population density, and it has a potential market saturation, and the economy is sensitive to changes, and it is heavily dependent on urban population. So there are a lot of people just there to work or to go to school, and initial investments and marketing costs can be costly. So it's going to be high because you're located in Cebu City, so prices are up. So for demographic information, the significance of this is that it's 15 out of 20%. Competitor, there are a lot of competition, so it's 10 out of 20. Accessibility, it's very accessible and very proximate to major roads, so it's going to be a 15 out of 20. And for growth potential, it has a lot of growth because it's near IT Park, Ayala, so it's going to be 20 out of 30. And for other considerations like the foot traffic, it's going to be a 5 out of 10 because it's not very ideal because it has a lot of competition.
And now we have the location comparison based on the evaluation criteria. So here it shows that Bantayan Island gained the highest level among the three, followed by Barangay Lahog, and last is the Paseo Arsenas. In conclusion, establishing a dental practice in Barangay Lahog presents a promising opportunity due to its balanced mix of growth potential, accessibility, and moderate competition. Paseo Arsenas offers a larger patient base but also involves higher competition and operational expenses. In contrast, Bantayan Island provides a less competitive environment, though it may necessitate substantial investment and access in marketing and infrastructure. So the decision ultimately hinges on target market, preferred level of competition, and readiness to invest in marketing and community engagement. So that would be all, and thank you for listening.